Amidst the rapid post-World War II growth of the Santa Clara Valley, dedicated community members felt it was important for their portion of the Valley of Heart's Delight to be an independent city. In 1952, the people of Campbell voted to incorporate a unique, orchard-rich, small town. In 1960, the population was approaching 12,000. Nearly 30% had graduated high school, 10% graduated from college. The median income was $6,800. A Citizens Advisory Committee recognized the Los Gatos Creek as an asset for the community. The Creek Trail began Campbell's commitment to preserving open space and supporting recreation. Our council determined that Campbell needed a city hall and community library. In October of 1967, voters approved Campbell's first bond measure. The city hall was completed in 1971, the library in 1975. Population doubled in the 60s to nearly 25,000 by 1970. The tallest building between San Francisco and LA was built at the Prune Yard. Traffic became a new problem. Funded by a 1974 bond, the loop streets were created to expedite east-west movement. They were officially opened by the late 70s. These early decisions firmly defined Campbell, our values, and our quality of life. Population growth faltered throughout the 70s. In 1980, the population reached only 27,000. Campbell High School was closed. In 1984, with overwhelming support, Campbell voted to purchase the school property. By the late 80s, the Campbell Community Center was a bustling open space and recreational center of community life. When a new growth spurt took hold in 1986, residents took another stand. Supported by the council, a community referendum restricted building heights to a maximum of 75 feet. As the 90s began, the population was an astonishing 36,000. Many new ideas were germinating in the Orchard City. The granddaughters of J.C. Ainsley, founder of the Ainsley Canning Company, donated the family home to the city of Campbell. Acceptance required our city to relocate the historic 1926 English Tudor Revival home. Our city council made another bold move, closing off Central Ave to create a place for the Ainsley House. Concurrently, the council was looking to give the community a sense of place, a downtown. Campbell Ave was converted back to two-way traffic with sidewalks, street trees, historic lighting, open space, and parking. The historic bank buildings, feed stores, and canneries became restaurants, boutique retail, and office buildings. With the additions of the Ainsley House, Orchard City Green, and the historic downtown, Campbell was on the map in Silicon Valley. The 1990s were good for Campbell. Our city council stepped up again to finish the community center by converting the high school theater into our state-of-the-art heritage theater. With the millennium, the population roller coaster continued. In 2000, the population had barely reached 38,000. The median family income was 78,000. Nearly 40% had college and graduate degrees. By 2005, the economy had taken several violent shifts. Years of tight financial management followed, but as precedent has shown, Campbell voters hit the polls. In 2005, continuing a community special tax to support library services. In 2008, adding a quarter-cent sales tax to maintain city services. In 2008, increasing business license fees and the hotel tax. Community service organizations, foundations, and business groups stepped up, managing and funding events the city could no longer support. Our city faced hard times in 2008 and 9. Cost-saving ideas were considered. Even when faced with the economic challenges, our council placed value on employees. Their work directly contributes to Campbell's quality of life. Services were kept in-house. Campbell retained its own police department. These were gutsy decisions. They have had long-lasting impacts on how our community looks and feels. The slow growth continued. By the end of the first decade of the 21st century, the population was 39,000. In 2013, the citizens once again self-taxed. The support for our community library was an amazing 87%. Today, in the midst of the Bay Area-wide accelerated economic expansion, Campbell feels our quality of life challenged. With our population surpassing 40,000, we are no longer a small city. Campbell is a major player in the Silicon Valley dynamics of housing, jobs, and transportation. How is Campbell nourishing its roots amidst significant external pressures? To protect its citizens and maintain economic flexibility, our council joined with 12 Santa Clara County municipalities to provide 100% carbon-free power. Campbell was the first city in the county to opt up to 100% renewable energy for its municipal accounts. New office buildings, tech companies, a major renovation at the Pruneyard, and housing projects are now underway. Acknowledging the values of our community, Campbell has joined with other Santa Clara County cities affirming our support for equitable communities. Campbell continues to protect constituents regardless of race, gender, class, religion, sexual orientation, or disability. All Santa Clara County cities are jointly fighting homelessness and the housing shortage. Along with all Santa Clara cities, Campbell is a World Health Organization certified age-friendly city. This recognizes and formalizes our commitment to serve the expanding older population. In April, residents voted to hold off on medical marijuana dispensaries, all the while enabling patients to have access to their medication. This allows time for the state to formulate regulations and to learn best practices. To continue moving forward while respecting our heritage and quality of life, we are updating the general plan. The Council is evaluating facility options so that the city's services can keep pace with the demands of the general plan and the projected growth. As our history shows, our community continues to be engaged, and our community leaders, service groups, and foundations continue to be involved in the activities and programs offered throughout our city. This unity of different groups all working together for a common goal is truly what makes Campbell great. Our city of Campbell has a quality of life because of the leadership and community groups that came before us. We continue working together to keep that momentum as our community continues to grow.